Alright, sorry, but we'll begin. So, first item is to remind people, yes, we are in front of a camera, and so this is being broadcast on Facebook Live. So behave yourselves, act like we actually like each other. No, just to be aware, if you don't like to be in front of the camera, do like me to get those instead of way in the back, and you're not gonna come out of the video. But if you do enjoy the spotlight, be like us, and you can get closer, we got two of these spaces. So you can definitely be on the video. All right, item number 2, if you can please introduce yourselves. My name is Saul McKee, I'm the president for the Panorama City Chamber of Commerce.
Mary Ann Shane Jervis, I'm secretary of the Board of the Chamber of Commerce.
Joe Shamas, Commander United States Navy, retired. Right now, a candidate for Congress in the 29th district.
Rene Calderon, from CRC Painting, a local painting contractor. Eduardo Cadenas, Marine, retired, 05. I work for, Rachel Guys.
Mireya Perez, New York Life, board member.
Sorry?
David from Digital Care Package.
Tina from Two-Way Wireless.
Billy from the Icon Panorama.
Alex Hernandez, T-Mobile and Vice President for the Chamber of Commerce.
Denise Mejia, board member. They down there? You just wanna talk about it.
Danilo Guerra, Vice President.
All right, well, that's it. So we go to the first item. On April 2nd, 2018, we had a small training and very few people show up. We had a small training by Mr. Pedro Blas, and he did a training in Spanish about entrepreneurship and leadership. But we were glad that he showed up. He's now in Mexico. He'll be back in a couple of weeks, and then he'll be back to this country, which is Peru. So he's all over the place, running back and forth. And that's it. We just reported that we did have that training, and he brought a bunch of books. So if you know anybody who speaks Spanish and would be interested in buying a book, let me know, because he left like 30 books in the office. I gotta do something with that. Okay, just have me know. Oh, you get to be in the spotlight. You get to be famous, popular. And she has a great smile, so we like her to be a camera. Alright, so we go to the next item, and it was on April 26th, we supported Mr. Robinson on his new baby, on his new project. Oh, and EP this year, so now we gotta behave ourselves too.
That's why I come to the meeting, because I want a forum in which I can not behave.
If only he knew he was on video.
I still know I'm on video.
What's good? Well, he's got his own video. He's got his own version of it.
Come on.
Alright, so on April 26th, we supported Mr. Robinson on his new baby, his new project. We just want to say congratulations, and we believe from this point on we carry on and go forward. So it actually felt pretty good, and I thought it was quite interesting. The same commissioners actually brought it up themselves, the issues that you were having, and we cut that on video. So I thought it was really fun and really cool to realize that, you know what, we don't even have to say much more. I think that it was pretty obvious, and we know what's going on and what's happening. So it really felt good to have the community come together, and we have pretty much every agency and every community support they could get from that. We even got somebody, one of the benefits of being a chamber and not a government agency is that people start complaining, and I say, I don't need to do with this. I simply don't have to. So we have some people that call it a conspiracy. They're like, you have an EPD, you have the fire department, is this a conspiracy against the community or what's going on? No, it's actually the community coming together. And now I don't have to explain anything to you. You have any questions, let me give you the number to Nuri Martinez's office and they can explain it to you. I'm not ready, you know.
She retracted that and apologized.
Huh?
She retracted and apologized.
Oh yeah, she actually put that on your page, right, as well? Yeah, so, but.
I would like to thank everybody for being there. It was a beautiful occasion. And I hope there'll be one more in front of City Council in about 6 months, and then that's it.
About 60 days?
In about 6 days.
Mm-hmm.
But that one's more like a procedural one, not public comment or anything like that.
So, we pretty much move forward to the next one. Mr. Alex Hernandez is supposed to report, and I think we already have 3 new people, which I said at the last meeting, we reported today. No, okay, well, the new people that we have is, I think, Hannah announced the last time, is Mr. right here with the CRC company. With the painting company?
Yeah, CRC Painting Company.
Okay, and we have El Aviso coming back, so pretty soon we're gonna have Dorado and El Aviso again for this year. And, that's pretty much it. We only present the officers and board members up here, and the only new person we have is Shane right here. She's our secretary, and she just took over. So at the next, when we have the installation of officers, she will be presented as the official secretary for the rest of the year. Anybody who's interested in joining or becoming a board member, they're more than welcome to. Hey, the air's on you. What is this something? And then pretty much we just getting ready for a couple of events that we're putting forward. And the first one, we're having a job fair on May 25th. So if you know anybody who's hiring, or if you're hiring, Daily Robinson just brought up that you might know some people who might need to apply or actually hire. If you know anybody, it's completely free, so they can just give me a call and we'll set up a table for them. Or if they need to apply, we're actually gonna have a Close the Deal, which is a nonprofit that provides even suits, ties, or whatever they need for people to apply. And we're also gonna have, because we're right next to it now, we're actually gonna be able for people who want to apply online. We intend to set up a couple of computers at the business center so they can apply online as well if they need to apply.
Chacon might be interested in that.
Yeah.
His outreach.
Yeah, exactly, that's one of the reasons why. Now, what's the time for the job fair and location?
Setup is gonna be at 8 o'clock, but the actual job fair is gonna be from 9 to 1 p.m.
And what's the location?
But, can we get him a copy? Does anybody have any, it's on the agenda.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's a Plaza del Valle, right next to where our office is located.
Yeah.
And so far we've got APG, this is the nonprofit that we were talking about, really is the South Bay Workforce Investment Board. Yes, and so it was the idea pretty much to say, hey, we already have a couple of hundred people who like to apply, we've got a couple of companies that are interested, we should do a job. We're like, okay, sure. Help is always one thing, anybody who wants to participate, we're more than happy to. We already added 2 more companies, and one of them also, we got the Army, the United States Army is gonna send someone to recruit for that as well. Right, so to anybody, the other one is to embarrass Tina, I mean, we congratulate Tina for being the small business of the year. So yes, we want to congratulate Tina for being the small business of the year, and we are gonna be at the Small Business Breakfast on June 1st, 2018 at the United Chambers Small Business Breakfast. And anybody who's interested in attending, please let them know ahead of time. They were rushing us, I didn't have to rush Tina, but they're asking for people to really buy their tickets up front because they're going out quick. So don't call me 2 weeks before or 1 week before and say, can I still come? No, you cannot. So the sooner the better. That's pretty much it. Had to be report. So, yeah, they were supposed to be somewhere because do we really want to report from anybody?
Right.
No, go ahead, sir. It's all yours.
Sean?
He's not
Thank
here. Good. I'm glad that he wasn't here.
I'll send Chuck the information regarding the job fair, trying to get it out as quickly as possible. Those who don't know me, my name is also Sean Smith. I'm the Senior Lead Officer for the Panorama City area. There's a few events that we wanted to bring up in regards to what LAPD is being a part of. We have a gun buyback, where people, folks who or if you guys are interested, you turn in your guns. There's no questions asked, no nothing. Depending on how many guns, what type of guns, you get a gift card. So there's 2 locations we're doing it. One location is going to be downtown. I have a few flyers with the address. One of the fire training divisions, and we're also having one in the valley over at Facey, right next to our station. So I have some flyers here for that, for those who are interested. Also, I don't know if you guys know people, building owners, property owners in the area, but we're having a managers meeting over at the Sepulveda Rec Center. It's going to be May 15th at 6 o'clock. And we're just trying to provide information for managers, just to let them know, I think a lot of folks aren't quite aware on what some of their rights are as managers and what's things that they can implement to try to deal with problem tenants or issues that arise from the building. There's a lot of times we get these calls where people will say, well, I have cars that are parked on my property and they're here and I want to get rid of them because no one they're not registered, no one owns them, but it's on your lease agreement that that they have the ability to tow. They're calling us because they think that we can tow it. So that's just an example on some of the things that we're asked, but we're trying to get information out to the community so they know, kind of what they can do as property owners, as managers, so they can get their building to run a little bit more smoothly.
Where's that meeting, Sean?
That's gonna be at the Sepulveda Rec Center, and it's gonna be at on May 15th at 8 o'clock.
We were just talking about you.
This is something that I think you would really be interested in, especially here.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They're just talking about it, I'm just trying to text you, and
Awesome.
then I got called
In
out.
Telegram.
Other than that, that's pretty much all I have. Anyone has any questions, I'll be available to answer.
Yeah, one quick question.
Yes, sir.
What do they do with the firearms that are sold, that are bought back? Do they destroy them or?
They destroy them. We destroy them all. The purpose on getting them is just to get more of the guns off the streets, and then we can dispose of them. So every gun is destroyed. We don't ask any questions. We're not trying to get anyone's information. We're just trying to get the guns and destroy them. Yes, sir.
How do we bring a gun? If let's say someone has a gun, how do they bring it? Unloaded and point it down or in a box, or they don't wanna walk in and be like, hey guys, got a gun.
Great, okay, good question. Basically, it's gonna be in the Facey parking lot, so as you come into the Facey parking lot, we're gonna direct you into a line. If you get into the line, officers are gonna get there, and of course, you're gonna leave the gun in the trunk, no ammunition, unloaded. If folks don't know how to unload it, you're not sure, just leave it in the trunk. We have guys that are there that know what they're doing. Majority of the guns we can handle, but there's some of these guns that you're looking at, and I say I have no idea. Some of the black powdered guns or some of the older guns that are out there. You'll be surprised at some of the stuff we get. There's times people bring in grenades, rocket launchers. I mean, you name it. Relics from World War II, Korean War, Vietnam War. We get a lot of those things. So we suggest that you put it in the trunk, secure it, come on in, and then talk to us, and we'll direct you to the right place.
And these are pretty successful events.
They're very successful
Yeah.
events. It's surprisingly successful.
Yes.
So we do it twice a year. Usually it's around twice a year, once a year. We do it once a year.
We do it once a year.
Around Mother's Day.
Yeah.
For some reason they like doing it.
I don't know why they picked that weekend, but they do.
I don't know.
They gotta get a gift for mom.
Right.
It's funny that you mentioned the grenade. I used to work for Goodwill. People would actually donate stuff like that.
Right. And you
Yeah,
get boxes,
like,
and you're going through the boxes, and you see, okay, and then they're like, oh boy.
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't know if it's real or not real.
Don't want to find out.
Yeah, if you come across this stuff, just leave it where it's at, call the police, and we will call the bomb squad. Oh yeah. So, but yeah, that's what typically people will do, just leave it secured in your trunk.
That's the best thing to do.
And what kind of gift certificates?
Yeah. What's the
majority
price?
of
Let's talk about what really
the
matters.
majority, the gift certificates, we've had anything between Ralph's, Target, they're just gift cards, and there's some folks that get, $500 or $600 worth, some people get $300 worth. It just all depends on the amount of weapons that are brought in, types of weapons that are brought in, but there's someone outside of my pay scale that makes that determination on who gets what, and then we continue to do that until the cards run out.
Right.
Or until folks decide they don't want to stop coming.
It could be 20, but you gotta get Starbucks on one of those brands.
Well, you know what? We have the man right here that has the contact with Starbucks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, then, it's the mayor's office. They're the ones who decide where the gift certificates come from, but, they have a budget for this every year, and they usually get the grocery stores. That's usually the popular one. Ralph's, Vaughn's, but we won't know till that day. But either way, it's still good. You got some people.
But
leaving
some of
with
the stores do have a Starbucks inside, so.
That's true. Vaughn's
Yeah.
does. Vaughn's does.
But again, the purpose is we're getting these guns off the streets. Folks aren't getting to them, breaking in the cars, homes, whatever, getting them out. Also, there's a certain, we get quite a few elderly people that come and they'll say it was their husband's guns. They don't want these guns in the house. They don't know what to do with them. They just want them out of the house. So therefore, they just bring them to us, or they're going through a garage. They come through a box of just stuff, and then they see the guns that are broken down in pieces. So again, it's.
Well, we had that one a couple years ago. The wife of a paratrooper who passed away. She found his box in their stuff, and it basically was, he was a paratrooper. D-Day, the first German he killed, he took his handgun away. and he had a certificate of authenticity, the whole thing. And it hurt to destroy that. So we contacted powers that be, and they were able to verify all the information, his unit, who he was, the actual, gun and everything that he had in the box. And we were able to save it for the Smithsonian, so they shipped it to the Smithsonian.
Oh, look at that.
It was actually a really neat story. Usually they're destroyed usually, but I forgot the type of what they call those handguns the Germans carry. Rugers. So yeah, that was kind of interesting. You just never know what you get though.
All right.
Just to update you guys real quick. Job fair is a great success. We finished last Thursday. If anybody's interested in sponsoring the community center, we definitely would welcome that. We have, Billy, thank you so much. We have a great community center there. We're trying to keep it. We're trying to find sponsorship for it. We do a lot of stuff with the high-risk youth. Pastor Carl Cruz is doing a running program with the Warriors, which has been tremendous. He's been able to keep these kids out of trouble, and he's using that as a base for it as well. So if anybody's interested here as a business, please let me know, and we can get you guys in contact with Pastor Carl, and you guys can sponsor us. It'd be wonderful, because we're trying to keep the community center open, and at this point, it's getting a little tougher, but it'd be great if you guys want to sponsor us.
Do you know what they need?
Anything really at this point, but right now, Pastor Carl has been able to obtain some sponsorship from different agencies to rent the space out for meetings. Starting June 1st, thankfully, he's able to get one that's going to do that. It's called Best Start. They're going to be renting it for their parent meetings. It's a nonprofit.
Yeah, they got pretty good.
The biggest issue with us is that I got the space basically donated, but the city said no to it, unfortunately. Pastor Carl came in with Victory Outreach. They said they would go ahead and do it, but because it was a nonprofit, not LAPD, they charged them. So they're paying about $1,100 a month, but because it's Victory Outreach, it's whatever donations they get. So he's been keeping up, but he fell back on the rent, and that's the reason why we need some sponsorship for you guys to help us out if you guys can and want to. And he has a tax ID number also. He's got all that information for you. If you guys want to do that, just please let us know. I think you guys know Pastor Carl.
Yeah, of course.
Carl Cruz.
Seen him once, yeah.
Yeah.
He actually came when they had the little run they did.
Correct.
The park, yeah.
Yep, that's right.
What I'm saying is, you reached out to neighborhood councils, because they have monies that they can.
We have.
do that.
The neighborhood council says they can't do it because it's a church.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Neighborhood council said they can't do it because it's a church. Their bylaws prohibits them from doing that. I tried to get the neighborhood council to rent it before Pastor Carl, and the city said that they wouldn't because it needed a lot of work on it. We're still trying to get the floor done on it. It used to be an old laundromat, so we got cemented parts of it where the laundromat used to be at.
That's why I was asking. In my experience, one of the reasons why we do pretty well with this chamber is because a lot of times we don't ask for the money, we ask for what we need.
Yes.
So like if somebody can actually donate the floor, they feel a lot more comfortable to donate the floor than if
Oh,
you ask them I
absolutely,
need
absolutely.
40 grand, than to say I just need someone to do the floor.
Oh,
So
yeah.
if they have a list of things that they might need, I might be able to connect it with some of the people who don't have a problem to.
That'd be wonderful.
Sometimes it's even office supplies. Sometimes
Yeah.
it could be pencils and people
Yeah.
don't know that it's available. Recently I contacted Denise and I was telling her somebody's donating right now 40 cubicles.
Yeah.
I don't have the space and I don't know what to do, but they're nicer than the ones that I have, where we are right now. And sometimes we'll
Yeah.
get calls from some of the other nonprofits to say, this is a company who's shutting down. They got chairs, they got a conference table, they got what they catch. It's like, you gotta get it all, you don't get anything.
Well, we've got
So we don't get to pick and choose.
Kenny Lane donated a bunch of the furniture already, the chairs for the meetings, tables. We got donations from Penny Lane, which is great.
Cubicles.
Cubicles would be good. What I could do is I could put you in contact with Pastor Carl, and so because he's basically the one running it.
Yeah, I have them on Facebook actually, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you guys aware of the CERT class that we're starting July 10th?
School space.
So,
We're starting the Spanish-speaking CERT class for emergency preparedness July 10th at the center.
okay.
So we're gonna have it there, and the neighborhood council is paying, the Panorama Neighborhood Council and the North Hills East Neighborhood Council, they paid for bags. I think they have up to 30 bags right now. So we have about 40 or 45 people signed up for it right now. And Sergeant Orocho from our office is teaching a class with myself. I'm gonna help her teaching it in Spanish. And it's gonna be there at the center.
Is there a fee?
For the CERT class, no, there isn't.
Just gotta sign up the committee to be there like half a month.
Is there space available in any of the local schools or private schools that they would donate their space for meetings?
Yes, absolutely. Pastor Carl can go ahead and do the calendar if anybody would like to use it for meeting space. He doesn't charge everybody, but you know, it's one of those things where he's trying to make sure we get
Yeah, he needs
everything
funds.
paid for the funds. But we have different places that are using it for meetings. I mean, we're
Where's the
using
location?
it's at 9054 Sepulveda, right behind the Walgreens at Columbus and Nordhoff.
Okay.
Can you show please also it's
Paseo Sepulveda.
Oh.
It's actually a really good spot. But yeah, I mean, we do have space for meetings. Absolutely. Just let him know and he'll put it on the calendar. He's not going to say no.
but also in the future as a reference, as a reference, we do get a lot of companies that they wanna rent a space for like a concert room. Like for
Perfect.
something like this, and I think that's where you come in. I mean, like,
Yes.
let's do it free for the community, but the companies who actually wanna
Yes.
have a, you know, a corporate meeting, then of course, yeah, I think they should pay.
100%.
And we need to connect with some of those to really say, yeah, no, we want
And it's
to-
worthwhile. I mean, you guys should see these kids that went through this program. We used it for 8 weeks every Thursday night. These kids, I had 43 that signed up, 26 came to the job fair. We have 4 that's been hired so far. And these, you know, these are high-risk kids in the area. We're just trying to get them, make sure they do something right this summer. But that's an example of what we're using it for. So
Yeah, so just send Pastor Carl, give me a call, or if even better, if you can come to the office.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
connect them with some of the companies, that's what they do, they wanna do their employees training or something
Well, I'll
like
see
that.
him later on. I'm gonna give him Billy's donation. So really appreciate it, Billy. Thank you so much.
All right, well, we're pretty much ahead of the agenda, so, I'll
Yes.
give a couple of minutes to the new people who showed up, so they can kind of tell you what their business is and what it is that they do. So Eddie and the new gentleman right here, if you guys would like to talk about, you know, go further, talk about what your business is.
Name of the company, my company is called the Kilo Guys. We're a multi-service provider. We work with Direct, Dish, Spectrum, Frontier, True Connect, Wild Blue, all that. Anything that has to do with your internet, cable TV, or home service, we can work either residential or commercial.
In the contractors?
Yeah, I'm a subcontractor. I work with them.
I'm from Digital Care Package. I do digital marketing for businesses. I'm currently focusing on local businesses because they don't really do a whole lot. It's kind of hurting them. And a lot of times they don't have a whole lot of money. So for a small fee, I try them out. But I've worked with a range of budgets. I've had mid-sized, like before, but right now I'm starting to see that a lot of local businesses aren't doing anything, which is hurting them because a lot of the bigger companies are like taking over those spots. So that's what basically digital marketing, social media, SEO, pay-per-click, content management, web design, anything like that.
Okay, great.
With that said and done, this meeting is adjourned, you guys are free to go or to talk to each other.